Welcome to this transformative journey through one of the most beloved and powerful passages in the Bible, Psalm 23. This psalm, written by King David, has comforted, inspired, and strengthened millions of believers throughout history. Today, we will dive deep into its profound meaning, uncovering the hidden truths and spiritual secrets that can bring peace, guidance, and strength into your life. Take a deep breath, relax, and let these timeless words minister to your soul. Verse 1, "The Lord is my shepherd, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Right from the start, David declares a foundational truth: God is our shepherd. A shepherd is someone who provides, protects, and guides their sheep. By calling God his shepherd, David acknowledges his dependence on God. Sheep cannot survive without their shepherd. They need constant care and direction. The secret here is trust. When you fully trust God as your shepherd, you realize you lack nothing. "I shall not want" means more than material provision. It speaks of a deep satisfaction that comes from knowing God is in control. Are you letting God lead your life as a shepherd leads his sheep? Surrendering to his care brings peace and provision. Verse 2, "He makes me lie down in green pastures. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters." Green pastures and still waters symbolize rest and refreshment. In a world that constantly demands more from us, God invites us to rest. Sheep will not lie down unless they feel completely safe and well-fed. God provides an environment where we can truly rest, both physically and spiritually. The hidden truth here is that rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Are you allowing God to lead you to green pastures? Sometimes, the greatest act of faith is to rest in his presence, trusting that he will take care of everything. Verse 3, "He restores my soul. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake." Life's challenges can drain our energy and joy, but God is in the business of restoration. He renews our strength, heals our wounds, and refreshes our spirit. The paths of righteousness signify living in alignment with God's will. The secret lies in allowing God to restore you. Restoration happens when you spend time in his presence, meditate on his word, and seek his guidance. It's not about striving, it's about receiving his grace. Are you making space in your life for God to restore your soul? Verse 4, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." The valley of the shadow of death represents life's darkest and most challenging moments. Yet, David declares he will not fear because God is with him. The rod and staff are tools of protection and guidance, reminding us that God's presence is our greatest source of comfort. The hidden power here is courage. Fear loses its grip when you focus on God's presence rather than your circumstances. Are you walking through a valley right now? Remember, the valley is temporary, and God is walking with you every step of the way. Verse 5, "Thou preparest a table before me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over." This verse paints a picture of victory and abundance. Even in the midst of enemies, God provides a feast. The anointing of oil represents favor, and the overflowing cup signifies God's blessings. The secret here is perspective. Instead of focusing on the enemy, focus on the table God has prepared. Are you allowing the enemy to distract you from God's blessings? Shift your gaze to what God is doing, and you will experience joy and abundance. Verse 6, Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This final verse is a declaration of confidence in God's promises. Goodness and mercy are not just occasional visitors. They are constant companions. Dwelling in the house of the Lord speaks of eternal fellowship with God. The secret here is assurance. When you know God's goodness and mercy are with you, it changes how you approach life. Are you living with the assurance that God's love surrounds you every day? Embrace this truth and let it fill your heart with hope. Practical applications. To make the most of these powerful secrets, consider these practical steps. Daily surrender. Start each day by surrendering to God as your shepherd. Trust Him to lead and provide. Find rest. Set aside time to rest in God's presence. Meditate on His Word and let it refresh your soul. Seek restoration. When you feel weary, turn to God for renewal. Pray, worship, and let His Spirit restore your strength. Face fear with faith. When you encounter challenges, remind yourself of God's presence and choose faith over fear. Focus on God's table. In difficult times, look for the blessings God is providing. Gratitude shifts your perspective. Walk in assurance. Live with the confidence that God's goodness and mercy are always with you. As we conclude, Psalm 23 is more than a poetic passage. It's a roadmap for a life of faith, peace, and victory. As we've explored its powerful secrets, I hope you've been inspired to deepen your trust in God and embrace His guidance. Let these words resonate in your heart, and may they transform your life. Thank you for joining this journey, and may the Lord, your shepherd, bless and keep you always.